Hey, here I am again, still broadcasting from my living room. Ah, so I just am explaining here the planning sketches. Artists use sketches to make ideas visible in order to refine them, practice rendering subject matter, or work out composition. Um, the word composition in art refers to how things are arranged within the artwork. You typically have a rectangle, not always, usually a rectangle. And then you're choosing where to place your subject in that rectangle, how big to make it compared to the rectangle, what to put around it, how to arrange those things. That's what we mean when we talk about composition. You've been thinking about what ideas you want to show in your independent project and how you will represent those ideas. Um, that's your subject. You've been thinking about what materials to use and how to use those materials. That is your medium. It is time to get some practice with your subject and think about how you will arrange your imagery on the page. That's composition. That is what one thing that sketching is really great for. So the goal here is for you to make 3 sketches of possible compositions for your upcoming independent project. Thinking about how the subject that you've selected can fit into the paper that you're working on. Each of those sketches must have a full range of value, so you have to do some shading. There must be light parts. That might just be white paper that's not shaded. So when I say you do shading, it doesn't mean that you have to shade every inch of the paper. It means that you have to indicate with shading which parts of your composition are going to be dark parts and which parts are going to be mid-value parts. And then also which parts are going to be light value parts. However, that could be done by just leaving the paper white in those areas. If you don't have a lot of experience with sketching, I recommend that you view the slideshow that's attached to this assignment. That is a slideshow that I made for art and design. So if you took that class, you should have some familiarity. Each sketch, you'll create 3 sketches of possible ideas for your upcoming independent project. So sometimes these are 3 different sketches of the same subject. I want to paint a bluebird. Am I going to paint the bluebird sitting in a nest? Am I going to paint the bluebird sitting on a branch? Am I going to paint the bluebird on the branch and the bluebird will take up most of that rectangle? Or is it going to be further away and you'll be able to see a lot of branches and there will be the bluebird? Sometimes it could be an exploration of 3 different ideas. I think I want something representing nature because nature feels very important to me. Will I make a work of art showing a bluebird or little tiny blossoms opening or a landscape view that I really like? And you could try those 3 different options. So you can really use the sketches in whatever way seems most helpful to you. Each sketch should be made with pencil if you have one. If you have to use pen, use pen. It should be formatted. You should draw the rectangle. That will help you understand how things are fitting within it. And it should indicate how values will be arranged. So as I described before, there have to be shaded parts to get credit here. As you think about how value is arranged, you should consider the principles of design: emphasis, balance, unity, contrast, rhythm, and movement. A good composition, a work of art that makes people want to look at it, has all of these principles of design. Where you put the lightest and darkest areas and how many light and dark areas you include will have a big effect on these principles and on the feeling you create. So if you make most of the artwork, most of the background is mid-value, and then you make that bluebird have a lot of lights and darks where they don't exist that much in the rest of the picture, you'll create emphasis. But you don't just want to emphasize the bluebird because you'll probably have an unbalanced composition. So what will you put on the other side of the picture to balance it out? And so on and so forth. That's what we mean here. So I'll say it again. For full credit, your sketch must be contained within a format. Must have light values, white or almost white. Must have shaded mid values, and must have dark values. In your actual independent project, you will be asked to select a topic, and a medium. You'll be asked to create a work of art that says something important to you. This doesn't have to be deep. As I said, it could be a landscape. A landscape can be an expression of what's important to you. You might take an idea from your sketches, your journaling, your artist research, the demo videos you watched, though you should be aware that you cannot just copy an artwork from a demo video. That will not be accepted. You could take an idea from a previous assignment or anywhere else you find inspiration. So I had you do some writing. Maybe that writing led to an idea, maybe it didn't, and that's okay too. You may use any medium or combination of media and may choose the size of the artwork. So that's the actual independent project. Right now I'm just asking for a pencil sketch that's a plan for that independent project. Your independent project will need to be an original work of art, not a copy of someone else's. Getting ideas from other works of art is highly encouraged. Just copying somebody's work of art without changing it at all and presenting it as if it is your artwork is copyright infringement, and it is academic dishonesty. I can hear you saying, if you were here, you would say, but what about the upside down drawing? Well, artists do copy the work of masters as a form of practice and have done that for all the time that artists have existed. In our culture at this point, doing that for practice is completely acceptable. Doing that and then pretending that it's your original work of art is a different situation. You should not put your upside down drawing into an art show. That would be copyright infringement. Please know that you can always reach out to your teacher, that's me, if the provided learning options do not meet your needs, and or if you have challenges meeting the requirements of the options provided for any reason. Also, if you have a different idea about how to do this, for instance, I said pencil, I suppose you could plan this digitally, or if you have some other creative way of doing it, I'm open to those ideas. For credit, you need to take a high quality photo of your work, evenly lit, in focus, and cropped, and attach 1, 2, 3 photos, however you want to do it, it's fine, directly to this assignment. There also are some examples of previous student sketches attached to the assignment. Looking at those might give you ideas about how to go about it as well. All right, hope you're well. Hope to see you soon.